Vizrt has announced Viz Libero 8.1, the latest update of its 3D analysis tool for sports, using artificial intelligence to remove the time-consuming manual task of identifying and masking players to generate object cutouts. Viz AI enables the creation of 3D flights in a fraction of the time. So, Philip, tell me a little bit more about where you think this is going to be used.
So we've all heard about AI being used everywhere, and it's gonna pick the shots. It's gonna do this. I think this is an appropriate use of AI. It is going to there's a drawback as well, but the positive is that it's really going to help producers and directors tell the story better in sports by speeding up the process of doing that cutting out of the content or doing those flyovers. Sort of the downside is the people who used to do that were the assistants who would do that, and they would work with the directors and the editors, and that's how they sort of learn. That was their apprenticeship. So we unfortunately may start to see that be impacted, but the technology in and of itself and being able to help further the story, because you're telling a story, you're explaining a story of what's going on in the field, and having that technology there to enable it and enable you to do it quickly is great. And AI is perfect at identifying things. It's not necessarily learning and doing something, but it is great at identifying things. So being able to identify the players, being able to do the cutouts, do the masking, I think is really going to help in the overall storytelling for sports, which, it's watching the game is one thing, having that commentator who knows what they're talking about, be able to illustrate what they're talking about, I think is a huge value.
And do you anticipate any particular sports necessarily being impacted by this, or just kind of the overall sporting field?
I think football/soccer, European football, I think because there are no timeouts, there isn't that commercial break where somebody can go and do that cutout and that explainer, I think is really going to be a value. Obviously, basketball and baseball, football in the United States will all, I think, see value in it. But personally, I think soccer is probably going to see the biggest value because they don't have that time. It's a continuous game, so now you're going to be able to quickly get those explainers out and be able to show people what's been happening.